Hi, this is Heather Lind, and I'm the narrator for Moira Young's Blood Red Road. Here is a short excerpt from the audiobook that I hope you'll enjoy. Lou got born first. On midwinter day, when the sun hangs low in the sky. Then me, 2 hours later. That pretty much says it all. Lou goes first, always first, and I follow on behind. And that's fine. That's right. That's how it's meant to be. Because everything's set. It's all fixed. The lives of everybody who's ever been born. The lives of everybody still waiting to be born. It was all set in the stars the moment the world began. The time of your birthing, the time of your death, even what kind of person you're going to be, good or bad. If you know how to read the stars, you can read the story of people's lives. The story of your own life. What's gone, what's now, and what's still to come. Back when Pa was a boy, he met up with a traveler, a man who knew many things. He learned Pa how to read the stars. Pa never says what he sees in the night sky, but you can see it lays heavy on him. Because you can't change what's written. Even if Pa was to say what he knew, even if he was to warn you, it would still come to pass. I see the way he looks at Lou sometimes, the way he looks at me, and I wish he'd tell us what he knows. I believe Pa wishes he'd never met that traveler. If you seen me and Lou together, you'd never think we was the same blood. Never think we grew together in the same womb. He's got gold hair. I got black. Blue eyes, brown eyes. Strong, scrawny. Beautiful, ugly. He's my light. I'm his shadow. Lou shines like the sun. That must have made it easy for them to find him. All they had to do was follow his light. Silver Lake. The day is hot. So hot and so dry that all I can taste in my mouth is dust. The kind of white heat day when you can hear the earth crack. We ain't had a drop of rain for near 6 months now. Even the spring that feeds the lake's starting to run dry. You gotta walk some ways out now to fill a bucket. Pretty soon, there won't be no point in calling it by its name. Silver Lake. Every day, Pa tries another one of his charms or spells. And every day, big-bellied rain clouds gather on the horizon. Our hearts beat faster, and our hopes rise as they creep our way. But well before they reach us, they break apart, thin out, and disappear. Every time. Pa never says naught. He just stares at the sky, the clear, cruel sky. Then he gathers up the stones or twigs or whatever he set out on the ground this time and puts them away for tomorrow. Today, he shoves his hat back, tips his head up, and studies the sky for a long while. I do believe I'll try a circle, he says. Yep, I reckon a circle might be just the thing. Lou's been saying it for a while now. Pa's getting worse. With every dry day that passes, a little bit more of Pa seems to, I guess disappear is the best word for it. Once, we could count on pulling a fish from the lake and a beast from our traps. For everything else, we planted some, foraged some, and all in all we made out okay. But for the last year, whatever we do, however hard we try, it just ain't enough. Not without rain. We've been watching the lambs die, bit by bit. And it's the same with Pa. Day by day, what's best in him withers away. Mind you, he ain't been right for a long time. Not since Ma died. But what Lou says is true. Just like the land, Pa's getting worse, and his eyes look more and more to the sky instead of what's here in front of him. I don't think he even sees us no more. Not really. Emmy runs wild these days, with filthy hair and a runny nose. If it weren't for Lou, I don't think she'd ever wash at all. Before Emmy was born, when Ma was still alive and everything was happy, Pa was different. Ma could always make him laugh. He'd chase me and Lou around, or throw us up over his head till we shrieked for him to stop, and he'd warn us about the wickedness of the world beyond Silver Lake. Back then, I didn't think there could be anybody ever lived who was taller, or stronger, or smarter than our Pa. I watch him out of the corner of my eye while me and Lou get on with repairs to the shanty roof. The walls is sturdy enough, being that they're made from tires all piled one on top of the other. But the wicked hot winds that whip across the lake sneak their way into the smallest chink and lift whole parts of the roof at once. We're always having to mend the damn thing. So, after last night's hot wind, me and Lou was down at the landfill at first light scavenging. We dug around a part of it we ain't never tried before, and damn if we didn't manage to score ourselves some primo wrecker junk. A nice big sheet of metal, not too rusted, and a cooking pot that's still got its handle. Lou works on the roof while I do what I always do, which is clamber up and down the ladder and hand him what he needs. Nero does what he always does, which is perch on my shoulder and call real loud right in my ear to tell me what he's thinking. He's always got an opinion, does Nero, and he's real smart, too. I figure if only we could understand crow talk, we'd find he was telling us a thing or two about the best way to fix a roof. He'll have thought about it. You can bet on that. He's watched us fix it for 5 years now, ever since I found him fell out of the nest and his ma nowhere to be seen. Pa weren't too happy to see me bring a crow babby home. He told me some folk consider crows bring death. But I was set on rearing him by hand, and once I set my mind on something, I stick with it. And then there's Emmy. She's doing what she always does, which is pester me and Lou. She dogs my heels as I go from the ladder to the junk pile and back. "I want to help," she says. "Hold the ladder, then," I says. "No, I mean really help. All you ever let me do is hold the ladder." "Well," I says, "maybe that's all you're fit for. You ever think of that?" She folds her arms across her skinny little chest and scowls at me. "You're mean," she says. "So you keep telling me," I says. I start up the ladder, a piece of rusty metal in my hand, but I ain't got more'n 3 rungs before she takes hold and starts shaking it. I grab on to stop myself from falling. Nero squawks and flaps off in a flurry of feathers. I glare down at Em. "Cut that out," I says. "What are you trying to do, break my neck?" Lou's head pops over the side of the roof. "All right, Em," he says. "That's enough. Go help Pa." Right away, she lets go. Emmy always does what Lou tells her. "But I want to help you," she says with her sulky face. "We don't need your help," I says. "We're doing just fine without you. You're the meanest sister that ever lived. I hate you, Saba." "Good, 'cause I hate you, too." "That's enough," says Lou. "Both of yous." Emmy sticks her tongue out at me and stomps off. I shin up the ladder under the roof, crawl along, and hand him the metal sheet. "I swear I'm going to kill her one of these days," I says. "She's only 9, Saba," says Lou. "You might try being nice to her for a change." I grunt and hunker down nearby. Up here on the roof, I can see everything. Emmy riding around on a rickety 2-wheeler that Lou found in the landfill. Pa at his spell circle. It ain't nothing more'n a bit of ground that he leveled off by stomping it down with his boots. We ain't permitted nowhere near it, not without his say-so. He's always fussing around, sweeping clear any twigs or sand that blows onto it. He ain't set out none of the sticks for his rain circle on the ground yet. I watch as he lays down the broom. Then he takes 3 steps to the right and 3 steps to the left. Then he does it again and again. "You seen what Pa's up to?" I says to Lou. He don't raise his head, just starts hammering away at the sheet to straighten it. I seen, he says. He did it yesterday, too, and the day before. What's all that about? I says. Going right, then left, over and over? How should I know? He says. His lips is pressed together in a tight line. He's got that look on his face again. The blank look he gets when Pa says something or asks him to do something. I see it on him more and more these days. Lou! Pa lifts his head, shading his eyes. Could use your help here, son. Foolish old man, Lou mutters. He gives the metal sheet an extra hard whack with the hammer. Don't say that, I says. Pa knows what he's doing. He's a star reader. Lou looks at me, shakes his head, like he can't believe I just said what I did. Ain't you figured it out yet? It's all in his head. Made up. There ain't nothing written in the stars. There ain't no great plan. The world goes on. Our lives just go on in this God-forsaken place, and that's it. Till the day we die. I tell you what, Saba, I've took about all I can take. I stare at him. Lou, Pa yells. I'm busy, Lou yells back. Right now, son. Lou swears under his breath. He throws the hammer down, pushes past me, and practically runs down the ladder. He rushes over to Pa. He snatches the sticks from him and throws them to the ground. They scatter all over. There, Lou shouts. There you go. That should help. That should make the goddamn rain come. He kicks Pa's new-swept spell circle till the dust flies. He pokes his finger hard into Pa's chest. Wake up, old man. You're living in a dream. The rain ain't never gonna come. This hellhole is dying, and we're gonna die too if we stay here. Well, guess what? I ain't doing it no more. I'm out of here. I knew this would come, says Pa. The stars told me you was unhappy, son. He reaches out and puts a hand on Lou's arm. Lou flings it off so fierce it makes Pa stagger backwards. You're crazy, you know that? Lou shouts it right in his face. The stars told you? Why don't you just try listen to what I say for once? He runs off. I hurry down the ladder. Pa's staring at the ground, his shoulders slumped. I don't understand, he says. I see the rain coming. I read it in the stars, but it don't come. Why don't it come? It's okay, Pa, says Emmy. I'll help you. I'll put 'em where you want. She scrabbles about on her knees, collecting all the sticks. She looks at him with an anxious smile. Lou didn't mean it, Pa, she says. I know he didn't. I go right on past him. I know where Lou's headed.